Yeah, hi, this is Mike, and you're watching Real Black, and we're at the closing night of the Montclair Film Festival 2013, where we've just experienced the premiere here of the Trials of Muhammad Ali.
Ali was exemplifying a freedom that most black people did not enjoy.
We could not foresee the difficulties that would lie ahead as far as military service and, of course, the Muslim affiliation.
You won't fight for your country. You refuse to go into the...
I'm a minister of my religion. This country has laws for ministers.
Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
It took an all-white jury less than a half hour to find Muhammad Ali guilty of all charges and specifications.
There have been so many. I mean, Muhammad Ali is one of the most famous people on earth, and there's tons of film of him, lots of documentaries, but not necessarily of this chapter of his life. Can you just tell us a little bit about this story and what inspired you?
One of the things that inspired me is exactly what you just said, is that for all that's been done on Muhammad Ali, bookshelves would buckle under the weight of literature about Ali. Film theaters could run a festival for a week of films and documentaries about Muhammad Ali, and yet, for my mind, the most important, relevant, notorious, significant period of his life hadn't been thoroughly examined, the exile years. And I think the reason for that is because he's not a boxer then, he's a fighter. So I saw a need for it a long time ago to make a film about this part of Muhammad Ali's life that wouldn't be a boxing film, but it would be a fight film, because he's fighting for his beliefs, his principles, his dignity, his humanity, all of which he maintains to this day, and I think we're the better for it.
No, I would definitely agree. I mean, and the world has sort of turned on Ali's axis in a way from the belief system as we see in this film. So, I mean, in terms of time, how long does it take to make a film like this?
Well, it took me 6 years actively working on it. Now, could somebody have done it faster? I hope so, because I don't want to be so discouraging as to say you have to spend 6 years to make a documentary film, but that's what it took me. And not only that the idea for it came from my first gig in documentary film 23 years ago as a researcher on a different Ali film called Muhammad Ali, The Whole Story. And I came away from that with a in-depth knowledge of this part of Ali's life, and also seeing that it would be impossible to tell Muhammad Ali the whole story. I wanted to tell Muhammad Ali this part of the story.
It's an amazing film, by the way.
Thank you.
Really impressed by the access that you got. I mean, how difficult was it for you to get those people to agree to be in your film?
It was a person-to-person. Sorry, I'm used to holding onto the microphone. How did I get access? Khalila Camacho Ali helped a lot. I got to her through John Ali, who is a former member of the Nation of Islam, and through Khalila, I got connected to Rahman, Muhammad's brother, and ultimately Minister Farrakhan, also Captain Sam and Minister Biya. So she was instrumental. We hit it off right away, and she opened doors I didn't even know existed.
I'm not allowed to work here now in America. I'm not allowed to leave America.
The exiled years were the worst years of me and Ali's life.
So, I mean, when you talk to these people, I mean, you've done the research, but I mean, what is your process? Are you discovering things as you go along?
So the film's been inside me for 23 years, so I've continued to research it. The discovery part for me was working with people younger than myself, my editor, Erin Wickenden, the woman who produced the film, Rachel Pakelny, who were discovering this story in their own life for the first time. So watching them discover this Ali that had become a discovery for me so long ago was its own discovery, if that makes sense. And they brought a lot to the film, juxtaposing things that I thought were real important with angles that they saw that helped me keep the story fresh in my mind.
Right. And, things happen their own time, of course. And I think in terms of relevance, I mean, why this story now? I mean, what do you hope audiences take away from this film?
I mean, if you can step back and think about the challenges of faith and identity and race and defiance and patriotism even that are resonant in Ali's journey to become himself. I think that those challenges face all of us. How do you get to be to who you are? How do you decide to be yourself? And once you know who you are, how courageous are you about being true to yourself? That sounds simplistic, but it's hard. You know, so many times you're faced with people who want to get you to do things you don't want to do and you know are the wrong things to do, and you do it anyway. You know, Muhammad Ali refused to bow to the U.S. government who was saying, you got to go fight in Vietnam, and he said no. And the power of saying no against those odds and the sacrifices he made to carry out on that demand, on that stand, I hope are inspiring today as they were then.
Fantastic, Bill. Thank you so much for your time. I've seen just about everything there is available on Muhammad Ali, and I still walked away like where did this footage come from? Like, this is an incredible film. Don't think that you know the whole story. Go check out The Trials of Muhammad Ali.
I have two alternatives: either go to jail or go to the army. But I would like to say that there is another alternative, and that alternative is justice.
I'm Bill Siegel, and you're watching Real Black.